Okay, I wish we had a way to affirm, to recognize our teachers who do that. Because they do that now, no count. Okay, in Revlon, the founder of Revlon is supposed to say that in the factory we make cosmetics, in the drugstore, in the store we sell hope. This is very powerful. Revlon is very good cosmetics. Now you put the mascara, you go in the rain, it's not going to drop out. No. It's high class stuff, right? Okay? But yet this guy says, when I sell, I don't sell cosmetics, I sell hope. And I say, in our schools, we offer, what do we offer? First class teaching. I was telling our chairperson that as she teaches maths out in my international team that I lead of doctors and nurses, those who homeschool, their number one choice of mathematics is Singapore syllabus mathematics. Okay? We have the hard way. So in our schools, what do we offer? And then to our society, what do we give? Not just grades, must be beyond grades. It's for you to fill out the blanks. If the founder of Revlon says, oh, we make great cosmetics, but we sell hope. How about us? Our schools are great. No guns. Right? And what do we want? So in the end, years later, what do we really want of our kids? And I tell my son honestly, and my daughter too. I say, let's say you want to get married. If you don't get married, that's fine too. Okay, if you want to get married, I can tell you what I want 50 years later, or 40. That at some midlife in your life, you don't decide that, enough of this, I walk out and go for a sweet young thing. I say, this is what I expect of you. Whatever your education, whatever job you have, the finances that you glean, supports you towards this aim. This is my expectation of you. Whether it's a polytechnic diploma, Harvard PhD, I ask you to come. That you live, because I midlife, I'm 51. Okay, I went through midlife crisis, I went to do triathlon. My wife asked me, why? I said, midlife crisis. She said, quite safe, go. Yeah, that kind of midlife crisis, do triathlon. My wife said, okay, very manageable, go. Better than do other things. Right. Then on the beach of the triathlon, in Singapore, maybe no great. On the beach of the triathlon was this guy, who shook my hand. He said, so you're doing triathlon? I said, yeah, first time. Then he looked at me. How old are you? I said, I'm 50. Then he's about 20 something. I said, wow, good, you 50 do triathlon. I hope when I'm 50, my pond's not as big as yours. That's what he told me. I said, wow. That's the start of my midlife crisis. So years later, what do we want? Okay? Time for question and answers, comments, I open up. But before that, I had the privilege of writing this book, Biting the Bamboo, Stories About Life in Yunnan. It sells for $10, and today, all the books, I brought 50, and I took a bus here, so don't make me carry it back. All the funds go to APS, Assumption Pathway School. Okay, Assumption Pathway School is a wonderful school. I visited it several times, and they have this ART, A-R-T. It's a wonderful cafeteria where they train their students in a very good catering. Right, very nice meals, very nice ambience. If you are in the Upper Bukit Timah area, okay, call them before you go because they serve very limited meals. Okay, so $10 actually, and all funds will go to this school. They're just books are in front. Just drop the money into the bag. Okay, questions, comments, ideas.
We'd like you to invite you to take a seat.
Okay.
I think I was thinking over there, right? I think this question you may probably try to moderate. This is to the ministry, the education portfolio people that's thinking about the subject, right? For like primary school, right? So recently, this question about how much knowledge is enough for a primary 6 student? How much knowledge do we want to pump them in, right? Because today we are living in a country that has a limited resource, right? The resource that we can control is time, right? Time on how we want to invest, right? Case in point to what this morning discussion is about, right? How we grow, what our value system is, right? So the question that triggered off is because like I try to remember is that at primary 6 are we teaching, for example, children, the concept of kinetic energy? Is it too early, right? So For the speaker, right? What is your thought about the how much is enough to teach to? In terms of what the school is supposed to teach, and how much self-directed learning, that we expect out from the individual pupils to do what? To propel the self-drive, the passion. Okay. Sorry for the long talk.
So the question is, at primary 6 level, how much content we should teach our children? I probably say that we can teach a bit less. When my son was 12 years old, one night before his birthday, he digged through my storeroom and found a packet of marbles. Then he came to me, "Hey, Papa, what are these?" I said, "Goli lah, marbles." I was reading my newspaper. And I told him, I said, "You mean you never play marbles before?" He said, "No." Hey, I spend a lot of time with my kids, I put out the newspaper, I said, "Son, I think if you pass 12 years old and don't know how to play marbles, problem." I think Papa failed. Okay? After dinner, we go downstairs, dig a hole, and play marbles. Next morning, we play marbles on his birthday. And I took the marbles and we played. And then every time I throw him, I say, what is the most important thing of playing marbles? He said, aim. I said, yeah, you must aim in life. And play marbles. I want to teach him skills. I want to teach him resilience. I want to teach him character. So if resilience comes through going through that math part of homework, then you do it. Okay? So the math part, the science part, other than the content, for me was resilience and understanding. Yes, as a parent, okay, I'm out of expertise here because none of my kids took PSLE, which is the joy of my life. The fact that they didn't take. Right? I have the feeling, I always joke to my NUS students, I'm now I teach in NUS too. I say that I think in Singapore, our scientific knowledge peak at PSLE. After that, I didn't go down really. Because I asked a science student, what is a leguminous plant? I'm into tree planting in Yunnan as a way of preventing deforestation, fighting climate change in our own village. I say, so what's a leguminous plant? One science student put up, "Sir, leguminous plants are plants that glow in the dark." I said, "There's a luminous plant. I haven't seen one yet." But you ask a primary 6 kid, what is a leguminous plant? They'll tell you nitrogen fixate. They know. Okay, so I don't know whether you have comments about that.
Personally, I have 4 children of my own. And they've all gone through the educational system. But I guess it's important, the part about nurturing your child. Yeah, for me, as a parent, I leave my child and I gave my child the space to grow and to do what he likes. For example, my second son, he loves football. He was in the school team. And he told me that during his A-level, he has to concentrate on the skill, acquiring the skill of football. That means that he would do less well for his academic exam. Now, as a parent, what were your thoughts? And he seeked my views. And I told him, do what is best and what you think you like and your passion. And he says, "Mom, I won't do so well for my A-level exam. Is it fine?" And I said, "Just go ahead. Do whatever your passions go." And he did well, both in football and in his exams. And he's now in the OCS. He's in the army now. And he's also doing very well. And he's enjoying life. So to me, my philosophy with my children is, go with yourself. Go with the passion. Do what you like. But as Dr. Tan says, there must be integrity. There must be compassion. And there must be resilience. And these are the things that I ask of my children, my 4 boys. Thank you.
4 boys, hero. Hang on, so I just want to add that we hold them accountable. It's not lazy fair. Suka-suka, today I don't do well, Papa, I tired, I run 20 km, I'm very tired. No, we hold them accountable. And time factor, I thought about this. Not everybody has the luxury of changing the MOE. And I talked to my wife, I said, if boys are slow developer, I told my wife, I said, I have no problems enrolling him for primary 1 at 8 years old. No big deal. So that at 13 years old, he'll outscore the rest. Why must pass primary 6 at 12 years old? The rule book says 14, right? So I have no problem. When I went through medical school, knowing that my brains was so-so, I look at the NUS guidebook. you can take medical school in 6 years. It's all right, no? Except that my parents got no money. So the only pressure at that time, I was passed by 5 years because of finance. No, but sometimes I talk to my friends and say, hey, look, the rule book says you can pass in 6. Right? Why are you kidding yourself? You lose face. I say, 20 years down the road, nobody can ask you, are you true train, double honors? Nobody asks you. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Doctor, I have a 10-year-old going 11, so obviously she's working towards the primary 6 objective of a major exam. The struggle I have is how to help her balance her time, because there is a lot of demand on the school curriculum. And I have always held the point of view, not overloading her with enrichment or even any sports, CCA, take up, dancing and all that. She did do these things according to what she liked, and no exams for these other interests were ever attached to it. So she has had that benefit of enjoying swimming, dancing as something that she just does it, not for an exam purpose. The question I'm always struggling is, at this age, it's hard to direct and motivate them that there is still some level of importance of, studying and having to put in that commitment. But it is very common to see her and her friends kind of put play and that last minute rush to study before the day before a test and exam. And it's so hard, and I don't know how to guide her to do that balance. I've tried several techniques. I've tried okay, you run the way you think you want, you manage your schedule, and then you see, and obviously the results are not fantastic if she puts kind of play, enjoyment, iPad, play with friends, because I do pity them. They don't have enough time to play, and every day I try to give them an hour, just go down, run, enjoy nature, go play. But the reality is the long school hour curriculum, practically every day they stay back for something. And even when I tell the school, I don't see why she has to attend these extra lessons. Are you telling me she's a child at risk? No. But we expect the whole class to stay back. It's so hard, as a parent, how to do that. And then they come back, they're tired. Then they still have tons of homework. Then they don't even have the studying part because they're just finishing their homework. Saturday, Sunday is about learning a whole bunch of spelling and things here and memorizing. And so there is really no fun anymore in education, although we try to do that. And as parents, we're so anxious to still tell them that it is important that you have to place some emphasis on your study. And I kind of tell her the challenge right now is even though you're studying for primary 5, can you look at it as actually you're studying primary 6, but it takes 2 years to learn a primary 6 curriculum, so that you don't, you take kind of a pressure off to say it's not a rush, but it's a process. So, I do share your view that you said, you can take, 14 years old, you can still take PSLE, but obviously no parent would ideally want that. So the question is it's really hard to, with today's demands and the balance of time and the child generally wanting to play, how to just, indoctrinate in them that you still need to study, which is why I attended this talk. I totally share your view about all these holistic integrity, learning, and compassion, because that is so important, and it does the soft skills. In fact, I got her to do brownies at first as a CCA. It's don't do anything competitive. And she enjoyed it because it was no stress. And then the school decided that she was such a wonderful tennis player, and that wasn't even her CCA. They just insist that she should be in the school team. And then we went through this dilemma: do we do both, do one? And then she decided, okay, I'll be part of a school team. I said, yeah, competition is good as well, the friendship, the experience. But the reality is that, and I would say my child is not a slow learner. She's a high flyer. But I still have the struggle of making her want to study genuinely, they study because mommy says so. So if mommy's not at home, they don't study. End of story. That's all. I hope you understand my question.
I think thank you for bringing it up. It's a struggle we all go through. And I am of the opinion that plus minus 10, between, okay, correct me about absolute numbers. I'm of the opinion that between 230 and 260, or 270, or 220 and 270 PSLE points, the kid is educatable. That the quantum up from a certain number actually is technique. It's not talent. Okay? Somewhere along the way, there's a mark. Okay? Beyond that is technique. That's why I didn't allow my son to take PSLE, because he very lousy. I said, you're losing our technique. Okay, I'm not going to pay tuition teachers $400 a month to teach you technique, which you're going to forget. Okay, anyway, so I will benchmark a number. Okay, I look at these kids and I talk to the teachers. I say, these kids on this track, what is the number that will come out? Right? 220? Is 220 okay score? Can go. What is the number to go express?
It's 200.
Oh, okay. So I don't know, sister. Okay. Somewhere along the way, I mean, we look at our kids and I understand where they are. Okay. Establish a benchmark. Add 5, 10 more to give yourself the challenge. We never settle for laziness. And then work towards that. I will do it that way. Otherwise, it becomes, wow, 250 also good. 252 DSA, no. 260 get scored. I mean, the kind of kids, and the kid at primary 5 cannot handle it.